Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video. How are you guys doing? If you're having a good day, hit that like button down below. But today I have got for you guys my full Dockyard Deal Challenges guide, featuring the locations of the flaming hoops that you need to jump a motorboat through, the locations of the boat launch, Coral Cove, Flopper Pond, the location of the hidden letter T from the loading screen, and of course tips and tricks and secrets for all of the other challenges as well, all packed into one single video to help you guys get these challenges done as fast as possible. So yeah guys, going to be a very fun video, a very helpful video, and if you do find it helpful, remember to subscribe for more challenge guides coming out in the near future. And also, if you want to help support me, you can do so by using code TheLlamaSir in the item shop. Again, I may be updating that soon, but I'll let you guys know as soon as I do update it. But without further ado here guys, let's jump on into it with the first challenge I want to cover, and we're just going to go through these in order of how you unlock them, because that makes the most sense. And these first three are actually pretty easy. The ones after this get a bunch harder, so keep that in mind. But yeah, going through the first challenge, which is Eliminations at Pleasant Park or Dirty Docks. This one is pretty straightforward, and first of all, the thing that I would recommend for this one is to for sure do solo. Do not do Team Rumble, because that's pretty tough unless like the circle happens to end at one of those locations, but the chances of that happening are not very good, so just go into solo and land at whichever location is closest. After enough games and stuff, you should be able to get 3 eliminations, and it's fairly straightforward overall. However guys, that actually leads me right into this next challenge, because you can do these two challenges essentially together, and that's actually the way that I would recommend doing it. You can maybe do the third challenge as well, but that's kind of tough, and I would save that for like Team Rumble. But either way, this challenge right here, the second challenge, is to search chests at Dirty Docks or Salty Springs. Now with that being said, since Dirty Docks is also one of the locations you can use for the first challenge, I would for sure recommend going to that location and trying to get both of these challenges done at the same time, because like for example, you can just land at the location, look around for chests, get a bit of loot, and then go and try to get some eliminations. Also, if you get those eliminations and happen to be the last person in that location, you can look around even more and try to find chests that nobody has opened yet, meaning that you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone very easily by getting both of these challenges done. And of course, you can go to like Salty Springs if you really want to. Obviously, there's probably going to be less people there, so that's something you definitely can do. And also, similarly, you can go to Pleasant Park and try to get eliminations there as well. So yeah, but keeping it going here, you also have the challenge deal damage with sniper rifles to opponents, which you definitely could maybe do with these first 2 challenges. It's possible, but obviously the easiest way to get sniper rifle damage and eliminations and stuff like that is to go into Team Rumble, because that gives you the most chances to deal damage in a single match, especially since in like solo or something like that, you fire 1 sniper at somebody, they're going to build, and then you're likely not going to be able to get them again. So yeah, Team Rumble is definitely the best for this one. However, maybe get the other 2 challenges done first, and maybe you'll find a sniper along the way that you can try for some extra damage. Then after that guys, we have a tough challenge, which is to jump a motorboat through different flaming rings. Got to get 3 of those, but don't worry, I have got a bunch of locations to show you here. And real quick before we get into it guys, as a reminder, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because I post these guides every single week with all of the challenges in one single video. So if you don't want to miss those, being subscribed and having notifications turned on is the best way to know about them. But yeah guys, jump a motorboat through different flaming rings. So similar to the challenges in the past that we have had with the vehicles and jumping through flaming rings, or hoops, whatever you want to call them, this one's exactly like that, but with the boat. So for example here, let's first jump into Playground. I'll show you my route that I recommend going, but basically I would start off by dropping towards Misty Meadows. If you go towards that location, you will be able to find a boat sitting on the shore right here. And also, this is Playground. Obviously you can't complete the challenge in Playground, but it's easier to show you how to do it. So yeah, take that boat and then head immediately over to the left and find this hoop right in the center. You simply fly off the edge and go through that hoop. Remember to use your boost obviously, but you'll fly through that one, and that'll be the first one that you need. After that, you're then going to want to head into Slurpy Swamps, but specifically you're going to want to stick to the right side of it and drive like under the bridge, and then just keep going until you see another hoop in the distance. Once you get over to that one, you will find a ramp set up with logs that you can use as well, a ramp to jump through this hoop right here. After that then, there's a close one that if you just keep following that path, you'll be able to see it again in the distance, so keep on going and you'll be able to jump through that one as well. However guys, I have some extra ones to show you here in case this spot gets busy or you want to land somewhere else and try a different spot. Like for example, here you have got near Lazy Lake, there are a few in the river. So like for example here, if you go down towards this one, which is directly to the east of Lazy Lake, you'll be able to find a boat there and then jump through that hoop that is right next to the boat. After that, then you're going to want to go up the river towards the north. Just keep following that river, and then you'll start to head over towards Frenzy Farm and be able to find two other ones right there. There is one right along the river that you can jump through. It's another ramp, so just launch off that ramp. And then also, as you can see, there is one above this small little island. So simply jump off that island and you will be able to go through that hoop too for another one right there. And then finally, if you go to Lazy Lake, at that location there are two different waterfalls, and each one of those waterfalls will have a ring that spawns at it. But obviously, if you drive the boat off the waterfall, it's pretty tough to get it back up there and then get the other one on the other side. So yeah, but either way, those are some extras to help you get that challenge done. Then moving on here, guys, you have a really tough challenge, which is to deal any damage to opponents by shooting exploding gas pumps. This one is very, very tough. For one, you have to know where gas pumps are, but the second part, which is even harder, is trying to get an opponent next to a gas pump to even deal damage to them. So yeah, this one may very well take you a while, but I still got some tricks that will hopefully make it a bit easier. So first of all, let's go over a few locations of the gas stations themselves. So like, for example, here over towards the left side of the map, you have got this one right here, which is a bit out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't recommend going to that one. However, there is one in Salty Springs, which I definitely do recommend going to. We'll talk more about that in just a second. And then on top of that, there's one close to the center of the map, which may also be a good one. But then on top of that, there's also one in Pleasant Park, which is a great one to go to as well. So yeah, guys, basically the way that I would recommend trying to do this one is to go into something like solo, maybe duos, squads, something like that, and go to one of the last three. Salty Springs or Pleasant Park is probably the best. The reason for that is because it's in a named location. There is bound to be other players there, and eventually somebody's probably going to check for loot inside of the gas station. With that being said, you can simply wait there and wait for somebody to go into the gas station for that loot, fire at the gas pumps, and hopefully get some damage that way. On top of that, you can even leave an item like maybe some mini shields or something like that to lure players closer, and then you can try and ignite the gas pumps and get some damage. But there is ways to go about doing it. However, you do have to get a bit creative with it. Keeping it going here, you then have another fairly tough challenge, and that is to visit the boat launch, the Coral Cove, and the Flopper Pond, which are all different landmarks. But don't worry, guys, I've got the locations of them for you right here. So first of all, guys, I'm going to go through these in a little bit of a different order. I want to start off with Coral Cove because these are sort of like in a line, as you'll see right here. So Coral Cove is up towards the top left portion of the map. It is one of the many islands, but it's got like some interesting structures on it, as you can see right here. So simply land there, and that is that location done. Then after that, guys, you're going to want to go south a bit and find Flopper Pond, which isn't too far south, so you should be able to get this one in the same match. But it's this random pond just sitting out in the middle of nowhere, making for another fairly easy location to get. Then after that, guys, you have Boat Launch, which is way towards the south of the map. So this one you may have to restart and get another match to go on down there. But yeah, it's towards the very south. As you can see on screen, it is this location right here. So simply land there, and that will be the final of these landmark locations that you need to find. Then after that, guys, you have deal damage to enemy structures with explosive weapons. Now, the way that I would recommend going about doing this is to simply go into Team Rumble. Obviously, in Team Rumble, you'll be able to find a ton of enemy structures towards the end of the match, or really in the middle of the match, because everybody's going to start building. So all you have to do is find like a rocket launcher. I think also the grenades count, but simply find one of those two items and you'll be golden. Then you just have to, you know, fire at some of the enemy structures, take them down. 1,000 damage isn't that much, and you'll have that one finished as well. Then keeping it going here, guys, you have also got deal damage to opponents from above. So you might as well, if you have both of these challenges unlocked, stay in the match and try to get this one done as well. Because, guys, for this one, being in Team Rumble helps out a lot. All you have to do is build up a bit and then try and deal damage to people that are at a lower point. Super easy to do and really doesn't take that much time. And also, guys, actually these next two are also good to do in Team Rumble, but this one right here, you have land at Weeping Woods, Lazy Lake, and Pleasant Park. Obviously that is very easy, but the reason that I recommend going into Team Rumble for it is because in Team Rumble you have redeploy. It is the only mode as of right now that you can have redeploy in, and by using redeploy you can re-land at every single one of these locations in the same match. You don't have to land there at the start of the match after jumping from the battle bus. All you have to do is run up to one of these locations, build up a little bit, then use your redeploy and land at that location, and it will count towards the challenge, making it so you can get them done again in one single game. But moving on here to the, I think this is the 10th challenge, right? You have got explosive weapon eliminations. I don't think you'll be able to do this one in the deal damage one. They're kind of far from each other in the challenge list. first, but I guess if for some reason you have it left over, you could maybe have both of these to do at the same time. Either way, guys, simply go into Team Rumble and find either a rocket launcher or, again, grenades. I'm pretty sure those count as well. And all you have to do is get 2 eliminations with them. And Team Rumble is great because a lot of the times the rocket launcher deals more damage than the 100 health that people respawn with. Now, also with that, you may want to wait until later in the match where people don't have shields as much. So just something to keep in mind, but it's a pretty easy challenge. Then finally, guys, you have searched the hidden tea found in the Dockyard Deal loading screen. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this one. Obviously, I'm pretty sure first of all you have to unlock this challenge before looking for the tea on the map itself, but it's just like the previous 3 we've had, looking for the letters on the map hidden in the loading screen and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and jump into it with where you can find this letter. So taking a look at the mini map right here, the specific location you want to go to is into Dirty Docks, but specifically towards the southern portion of it. At that southern point, as you can see, you'll be able to find a sort of crane type tall structure, and then you're going to want to simply go into game and land at that location. Once you land at the very top of it, the tea will show up right around this general area. Simply go ahead and pick it up and you will have the final challenge done for this week's challenges. So yeah, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, if you want to see more of my guides in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. On top of that, you can check out some of my previous challenge guides for the Fortnite stuff on the screen right now. But anyways, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.